everyone, I'm Rachel Klein and you're watching my channel, and today we're doing a recap of Smallville Season 5. Now definitely a lot happened this season, but I also feel like a lot didn't happen, so I might not remember everything. So if you saw my last video, I was talking about how the season 4 finale, like, it's a really crazy ending, and it's kind of in this thing where it's like, anyone can die, blah 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 blah. Well, none of them died, right? I don't think so. But everyone was really close. Like, I think, yeah, well, I guess you could say Jason, I think that was Jensen's character, he died. So I guess someone did die. But Martha and Jonathan ended up living, and, you know, the first episode, I think Clark had to, like, send those two people from Krypton, like, away. And then because he wasn't back in time, like, Jor-El took away his powers. So now Clark's without powers. And I always known it was only for a few episodes, but it was really like 2 episodes that he didn't have powers. And I felt like it was supposed to be longer. I always remembered it longer, but it was really only 2 episodes. And then Clark kind of dies, and because he dies, you know, Jor-El is like, you know, gonna bring him back to life, but then, well, he brings him back to life, and then it's like it's gonna cost someone else's life. Anyway, so he starts college, they all start college, he's dating Lana, Chloe knows a secret. Oh yeah, this is the thing, now Chloe's in. Like, Clark knows that Chloe knows a secret. And then Clark has this professor, Milton Fine, and it seems like he's Kryptonian, but it turns out in the end he was just created by Kryptonians. Tensions with him and Lex start emerging, and, you know, then he's dating Lana, and then there's problems between Lana because, you know, it's gotten to the point where, like, he's just lying to her and she can't take it, and, you know, honestly understand where she's coming from. And then she is studying astronomy, so she's very interested in everything that's happening, and she kind of connects to Lex about that. And then there's that really, oh yeah, so Lex and Jonathan are both running for state senate. I hate when shows always have someone like running for mayor or running for something. Like, every show does that, like every teen show, so it just kind of felt out of place here, but I don't know. Anyway, so there's that really important episode, that really crazy episode where, you know, it's the election day and Clark tells Lana his secret and proposes, and then Jonathan wins the election and Lana dies. And he goes back in time, and it's crazy that he's able to, like, then Jor-El gives him that ability, and then, you know, the day starts again and he doesn't tell Lana his secret, and Lana doesn't die, but then his dad dies. And someone, I forgot who, was telling me I need to watch Superman and Lois, so I have started watching it, watched the first 2 episodes, and I can probably do another video about that. But I guess it's in the comics that Jonathan dies of a heart attack, because it was the same thing in that show. Not really spoilers, like in the first 5 minutes of the first episode. But so I guess that's a part of the comics, that he always kind of dies of a heart attack. And I think they were also getting to a point where they're like, Clark's starting to become into his adult life, and he doesn't need his parents anymore. And I think they kind of saw it as a timing, and then, you know, you see Martha take over as the state senator, which, like, doesn't make sense that she would take over, but whatever, that gives her something to do. Yeah, that's what they did, and I think they just found it some timing to end Jonathan. And, you know, they did bring him sometimes back as, like, flashbacks or whatever else, so he wasn't completely gone. And I'm sure in later seasons, once in a while, it probably pops up. I can't remember, but yeah, so even though it kind of seems like Clark and Lana break up, but because his dad dies, like, they aren't really breaking up. And then, like, Lex does things to try to get them break up, and, you know, it kind of, in a way, like, Clark kind of, like, didn't want to fight for the relationship anymore, because he just was so afraid to then tell Lana his secret, and he just, like, kind of, like, let her go, because he just felt like she was someone that he couldn't be honest with, which is so sad because he like saw like what it was like to tell her the truth and how she was understanding. It was just that one thing that like that one night that Lex like, and they were driving and she like, so it's just sad that, and then that's how it happened, but it did. And so then Lana and Lex start to get closer and they start to happen, and they start like looking more into everything, and Milton Fine is there. And so then in the end of season 5, Zod kind of takes over Lex's body, if I'm getting that correctly. And then I'm trying to think, what was the other things with other characters? I mean, Jonathan dying was like a really big thing, and I think they didn't show enough of like them healing, I guess. But yeah, Clark kind of like dropped out of college, and now he has to really take care of the farm, which like he can do because of his abilities, but it's still a lot. And yeah, Martha became senator. And then Lionel's like kind of like working with Martha, so I guess that's there. Chloe starts working more, well, really at the Daily Planet. And a lot of the season she also like helped. I feel like they also made a lot of the things that Clark had to do where they needed to have someone like hack into computers and whatever else, so they involved Chloe in that way. And I guess that's different than Pete because Pete didn't have those skills, so when he was helping out it was kind of like not always needed, but it felt like they like used her more. What was Lois doing? Lois was like, I guess, helping with the campaign, and then she moved into Lana's own apartment. It's like, are there any other apartments anywhere else for you to live? Yeah, but overall that was the season, and it's just kind of crazy, like, because I feel like Clark and Lana's relationship the first 4 seasons like was so slow, and then this season they were like together and loved the beginning, and then had this like really like intense breakup, and like every episode it just seems like they're getting worse and worse, and then in the end Lana ended up with Lex. So it's kind of like when you look at it from the first episode of season 5 to the end of season 5, like wow, that shift. I did feel like, I mean, even though that the last episode of season 5 it was like, I guess, more crazy than the end of season 4 because the meteors were just hitting Smallville, and then that was like the entire world where they were shut down. It's still like the season 4 finale still felt more intense to me than the season 5 finale in a way. I think I said last video that I felt like season 4 was the best season so far, and I still feel that way. I do feel like season 5 is a really good season, but I do feel like season 4 is still better than season 5. But those are my thoughts and feelings about Smallville season 5. And I just feel like the episodes are more exciting than I felt in season 3, because I did really struggle a little bit with season 3. But yeah, comment your thoughts and feelings below. And thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.